The victims were hand-picked because of their vulnerability.
Another grooming gang, another city.
Deplorable. They've had no thought as to the impact this is having on the victims.
This time Dundee, where there is revulsion. Driving the streets, they trapped 10 troubled local women as young as 16. Raped, violated, manipulated and conned, thinking they were girlfriends of their Romanian abusers. Plied with crack cocaine before being blackmailed into sex.
No doubt you assumed, rightly for some time, that the drug-related lifestyles of the women would mean that you were not reported or detected. To some extent, that attitude and delusions of impunity persist in some of the reports before me, with continuing efforts to use the vulnerability of the women to try even now to attack their credibility. In the case of each of you, a custodial sentence is necessary to protect the public from you and to seek to deter you and others from abusing vulnerable people in all the ways featured in this case.
And these are the predators, arrested by detectives investigating sex trafficking of foreign women to work as prostitutes. There was a video on the ringleader's phone showing a victim climbing a tree, this rapist threatening to leave her there because she didn't make money.
This case was particularly shocking because the victims were hand-picked because of their vulnerabilities. The criminals were prowling the streets of Dundee looking for women who matched the conditions that they knew would make them particularly vulnerable, and then off the back of that exploited them sexually on a sustained and brutal basis.
Officials say this vile trade is commonplace in communities across the UK. And detectives in this case have told me there are potentially a dozen or so more victims. But the biggest challenge is when those extremely vulnerable people do not recognise that they have been groomed. And officers hope that by this gang now being behind bars, they may have the confidence to come forward.
They're deplorable. They've had no thought as to the impact this is having on the victims. It's been quite controlled in that they knew what they were doing. You know, the fact that they're trying to get them onto controlled drugs has helped them keep control of the females and kept them coming back for more.
Authorities here appear to have acted swiftly, but even the talk of this triggers tensions in what has become one of the most polarising debates in Britain.